Minister's election campaign or not, but there is, of course, a convention that major decisions must be deferred. That, in my interpretation, does not extend to emergencies. That's, in fact, why you would have that kind of continuity. But suffice to say, I think the large cleavage was perhaps identified this week. You know, you had Mr. Poilievre committing to take all tariff revenue and plow it into broad-based tax cuts. You had others in the Liberal Party talking about protecting workers and protecting those businesses that are affected. So, you know, that would be, I think, one of the great debates that would occur in a notional, hypothetical election campaign. But before going too far down that road, the Liberal Party will have a new leader this weekend, and that person will decide about the timing of an election.
Oh, no. No.
So I don't want to advance too far down the road of hypotheticals of what might occur during that election. But we'll be equipped to respond in all ways that are necessary and vital to Canada whenever that decision comes down.
This week, the NDP called for Parliament to be recalled to pass some kind of emergency package. I know you have some powers under the employment insurance law to do things by regulation, but some do require legislation. So can you explain where the line is? What can you do on your own versus what would require a parliamentary legislative change?
So I can, and we have considered many measures that could be as tailor-made to the situation as the EI fund can be, and I'm persuaded that we have all of the required powers under the Act that Parliament has granted me to be able to react to a situation such as a blanket imposition of tariffs in Canada. Further aid, you know, Mary just outlined, and Rachie, significant supports to businesses, particularly vulnerable businesses, but a custom package, of course, would require a budget and budget proposals and a law, and that could come in any scenario really quickly after a return of Parliament.
Right.
Greg, Market News.
Hello. You know, if we get to the point of major retaliatory tariffs, how strongly would you look at recycling tariff revenue either to firms, or some provincial leaders have suggested they'd like to pocket some of that money for themselves or to workers?
Well, I think again, I just outlined for Bill. I think the perhaps diverging views in terms of tariff revenues. I think it's fair to say that for our part, we believe that we must protect, and it is quite normal for us to believe that it would be the first order of business to protect those who were directly impacted, whether it be workers or sectors or businesses or regions that feel the pain directly resulting from the imposition of unjustified tariffs. So that's our basic position. With respect to, I don't find it helpful to spend a lot of time, however, thinking about how we might, you know, distribute these revenues. We don't want these revenues. We want tariffs removed. We are a free trading country, and this tariff revenue is not a welcome development. We want these tariffs off, and we want them off because they will no longer be required to offset unjustified and illegal tariffs from the United States.
Secondly, you know, ministers have said they don't want to escalate the dispute, but we're going to stand up, you know, go blow for blow. You today have mentioned how feckless perhaps President Trump has been. You know, if he's citing things like national security to levy tariffs on steel or or other things. Why isn't Canada going maverick? Why not threaten to cancel F-35s? Why not declare our supply of food and supply management and national security concern for ourselves? Why not suggest that we're no longer interested in seeing companies relist their headquarters in the United States?
Well, our position has always been we will react to proposals that are put on paper and communicated through the appropriate channels, not to musings or media lines that may change every day. So what you've seen us do is react specifically to what has been officially communicated to us. And we see that, of course, be lessened in the last few days. So, we Canadians, we're going to stand firm. We've imposed counter tariffs. They will stay in place until the tariffs in the U.S. are removed. And in fact, the $125 billion in additional tariffs that have been proposed will also stay in place until those are removed. And I think that has been a very clear, transparent, and firm way to deal with this situation.